Chris, and I'm an international salesperson working for Shin, and our company mainly sells automatic faucets. And being a salesperson is not only about selling your own product, it's really also being able to use your own product itself. So today I'll be installing our own product in my own bathroom, and the whole point is not only that I get it for free, but it's also because I want to show you how easy it can be to install an automatic faucet, because a lot of people are under the misconception that because an automatic faucet has the word automatic, which really only means that it's electronic, they think that it could be very difficult to install. But the truth is, it isn't actually. All you need, let me show you the kind of tool that I'm using today, is this, an adjustable wrench. This is the only tool that I'll be needing to install my new automatic faucet. Now, the automatic faucet that I have chosen to install is the CYS 990. We call it the latest all-in-one automatic faucet. Now, the reason why it's called an all-in-one automatic faucet, it's not really a combination of many functions. I mean, this faucet basically is plain automatic with a mixing option, allowing me to have hot and cold water. So why is it called all-in-one? Because most automatic faucets have something that's called a control box. Now, this is a control box that I borrowed from a different model of automatic faucet. Now, I'm using this at home. This is my home. I know my bathroom doesn't look that pretty or anything, but as you can see, this is where I'll be installing my future faucet. And the problem is that if I had to install a control box, I would probably have to install it somewhere around here. Now, the problem is that if you had to install an automatic faucet here, and this box here would be probably dangling, or I have to fix it to the wall. I may have to drill holes, it'll look ugly, it'll be difficult to fix or anything, and the problem is that the bathroom can get a little wet. I'm under the impression that this control box probably would be a source of problems. But the latest CYS 990, on the other hand, as I said, all-in-one, meaning the solenoid valve, the mixing valve, the batteries, everything is within this one body. All the components are for this one body. So, as I said, this automatic faucet would probably be the easiest to install automatic faucet, because all I have to do is connect two hoses, which I shall demonstrate right now. Now, I have a confession to make. The hardest part of this project really isn't the installing. It's the removing. Removing an old faucet, I just found out, can be a pain in the because after so many years of rust and stuff, all those bolts have become so tight. It was really hard for me to remove it. It actually took me nearly 20 minutes just to remove one side of the faucet. Alright, so basically right now I'm now going to install the new faucet. As you shall see over here, there is now a hole here. Now, before we start installing the new faucet, I think what we should do is really do a little cleanup. As you can see, it is really nasty down there. So I'm going to use some tissues, just, wipe it down, make sure that I don't want to put faucet. Okay, so basically the first thing we've got to do is got to make sure that all the piping fits. Now, I'll be very honest with you, I think I am about to encounter a problem because the hole is a bit too small to install. This is embarrassing, actually. I've encountered a problem. The problem I'm talking about is that the hole of my sink, unfortunately, was too small. So first of all, I want you to understand that whenever you buy a faucet, a new faucet, especially an automatic faucet, you have to make sure that your holes are big enough for it to go all the way through. I am now going to install the CYS 990 faucet onto my sink. Now, basically, first couple things that you want to know is that before you install the faucet, my suggestion is you put in the power. Now, the CYS 990 itself, the assembly is actually quite simple. The battery is in this little cover here. So just unscrew it. And you should see that there's a white battery pack inside. Gently pull out the battery pack, and there should be a little cord inside here. As you can see, there's a cord here. Just plug that to the battery pack, which I am going to do right now. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Alright, so now that the battery pack is installed, as you can see, whenever it senses something, there's going to be a red light. I don't know if you guys can see the red light. Alright, so once this is installed, just gently slide it back in, like this. And after you're done, remember to just rescrew the cap. So basically now I have a faucet, an automatic faucet that has power inside. All I have to do now is put the hoses through the hole. But before you do that, I want you to remember that what comes with the faucet basically is a bunch of rubber seals and screws and stuff. The first thing you got to do before anything is that you have to put this rubber black ring at the bottom of the faucet. So as you can see right now, I'm going to put this rubber seal at the bottom of the faucet. And the only reason why I'm doing this, keep in mind that this black rubber thingy, it makes sure that your faucet doesn't slip around your sink. Alright? Now, maybe some of you have noticed there's this little wire here. This wire basically is an optional wire for automatic faucets that allow to be linked to an AC adapter, or our latest invention, which is the hydro generator, which basically recharges the batteries as water flows by. Pretty ingenious. Alright, so now that I got this in, next thing I got to do is put in these little screws. And as you can see, on one side of the screw, there's a Phillips. So you're going to put that in. As you can see, there are two holes over here. There are two holes over here, so you put them in. These screws basically are to make sure that the faucet is well fastened to the sink. Alright, you can use your hand to tighten them, but my suggestion, alright, if you want a sturdy, well fastened faucet to your sink, I'd suggest that you use a screwdriver, okay, to tighten them. Alright, so wait a second, let me get my screwdriver. I'm going to tighten it right now. Once that is all done, what we can do, as I said, is we can now put the hoses through. Alright, here we go. So basically this is what the faucet's going to look like in the future. Alright, sensor is working very fine as I can hear a click going on. And all that I have to do now basically is just connect the hoses to the water supply at the bottom here. Alright, now is there a direction? I mean, honestly, it doesn't really matter. Alright, whether you connect the hot and cold wrong, because keep in mind the lever here, I have to just remember which one is cold and which one is hot. But if you really care, if you really do care whether you connected the hot and cold correctly, or you have a preference where you want cold to be at the front, or you want cold to be at the back. In my case, I prefer cold being at the front. So what you have to do is very simply just pick one hose and just connect it to your water supply first. So after I've connected the hose to my water supply, all I have to do now is just open the water supply. And as you can see, nothing's happening. But if water comes out afterwards, then that means that I got it right. Now, right now it's because I just turned off the water, so there's some air in the system right now. After you're done with the piping, you want to make sure that your faucet is well fastened to your sink. As you can see right now, it's all wobbly and stuff. So that's where this plate comes in. Keep in mind the rubber should be on the top in contact with the sink, ceramic sink. And just use these two screws to fasten it. It's not that hard really, is it? Especially the CYS 990, which is an all-in-one automatic faucet. So after the faucet has been installed, cold water, hot water. And the coolest thing is that you never have to worry about your kid forgetting to close the faucet or not being able to close it properly, because it's an automatic faucet. It closes on its own.